So we are back on the new patch with all these new settings, and I think we got our bearings yesterday doing it all. We're going to be looking into new institutions and being able to learn new stuff. Our people are doing good. I think we have put a lot of science and stuff in. I'm super stoked. We're building up our empire. We can go through all these notifications, just some pirates, our truces. We're recovering from war. We lost our entire standing military and our entire standing navy, which is good for the economy, but not very good for our health. So hopefully we can continue building up these stuff, and maybe, just maybe, we'll get to these new heavy ships like caravels, and we will be able to build some really nice things. But they're 20 away, so I think we want to maybe just get a navy. We don't need to build a standing army. We have tons of levies that will essentially do that for us. Let us make sure we are constantly working on that. But we need to make sure that we're always growing here and really harping on this area here and building this up. So we still have no control in this little area here. The southern parts of our empire are not looking good. Same with these places. I honestly think I should turn them back into their vassal states and just let the AI cook with them. I think I really made the mistake of turning them into annexing them way too early, and I do think I should re-vassalize them back into lesser vassals in order to have them just sort of run their own countries, because they're at, like, yes, it's my land now, but they only have the control in their former capitals. They don't really have much control at all, meaning the land isn't really worth keeping, and because of that, they're not really worth managing. So I think them becoming vassals and then them giving us more will be good. And then eventually, once we start to get later on, we have industrialized our areas, I think we can then work on making them even better. So I want to go with historical subjects, see what we can make. So we could just make this a historical subject and just re-subject them. So this isn't the same one, but we would want to just do this one. We will turn it into a vassal, and we have the diplomatic capacity to do so. So bam, we'll turn it into Mazabab, but we will turn this one into what it was as well. Alright, so we have Mazabab and we have Telos now. So we have vassalized them back to what they were, and I think this is definitely the right play, just because we literally just don't have control of these areas. And I think I'll even do this area down here as well, because this one doesn't really have much at all. So this, turning this entire place into it will yield us more than we would get from it not being a part of it. And then this one, we're gonna definitely just give them more territory and send them more land, because giving them this land will give them, so we're just ceding the provinces, bam, so they can have even more there. And then I think we turn this province into a vassal as well, just because, once again, anything like this entire area has zero control as well, so there's not really much reason for me to keep it, right? Like, it's not doing anything at all for my empire, and so we're just going to give them more land, and we will manage them as vassals, opposed to managing them as just parts of our nation. So we could give Telos this as well. As we probably should. We'll just give Telos this. Here you go. Bam. Okay. So we have now granted them all that, and that breaks up our empire, but it'll be a net gain in the end, because we don't have to manage all that area, that's literally essentially 0. And as you can see, our stuff already went up. We can now assign these cabinet areas to make these locations better. We can also assimilate into our culture and really try to get these people in our relation and be able to get these people really becoming a part of the nation instead of just having them be whatever. So obviously towards the capital is our locus of control, and now that we have distributed our land, we are going to continue to grow and make our Carthaginian empire amazing. So we have lost those cores. That kind of sucks, but that's to be expected when you give them a different place. And we are going to do that. Oh, request receiving knowledge. So we want to make sure that we're offering market access to them. That is always very good. Oh, so these guys do not like that. So we want to give them preferred market access, but they do not want it. So that's kind of obnoxious. So we will support the loyalists, making sure that they love us there, and then eventually we will get there. But we need to actually probably send a diplomat there, because they are of a different culture, I think. So we have incompetent diplomacy. That's no good. So we want to invest in our diplomatic spending just a little bit. We don't need to spend that much, but these vassals are important to us, and we want to make sure that they, you know, work well. So we want to lower our income here to quell inflation. So I'm just going to massively quell inflation at that 0.10% per month, and then inflation will go down, which will make everything cost less, which will make us more money in the end. We are perfectly stable. We are perfectly invested. We do want to make, we gotta, you know, make sure our children have great education. As always. New market underway. We hate when that happens, honestly. But let us put a guy here so that they can be friends with us and enjoy our political aspirations. So, yeah, vassalizing them into 2 big vassals, while it's really good for our country in the long haul, kind of sets us back a little bit. So we're going to turn on the super speed, and we are going to just continue to grow here. The next thing I want to do is get inflation down, just build up our wealth, and with our wealth, we are going to... Ooh, big trade range. That is huge. Once we have our coffers full and our inflation all the way down, which will take a few years, we are going to then look to build towns and cities. So while they do cost a little bit more, building these towns in this province here will give us the next... this will be the next big thing that we want to focus on and really getting... We have a lot of control here. We actually don't have that much food or people living in those provinces, so we might actually look down here to this province where even there we don't have that many people. I'm trying to look for the people and where they're at and where we could build a really nice city. So really just here is where we could build a city and allow stuff to grow there. Maybe Annabeth over here. See, that's a pretty good area, and it has people, and this is a nice city, but the problem is it doesn't really have that much control, which building a town in there does build control. So we'll just build 2 towns here in this area and try to just really start to industrialize, modernize, and make our capital full of these cities where we have control, and then we can use the rest of the empire for more rural areas with food and things. So we have cultural opinion, improve. Yes, let them improve upon that. Oh no, They do not like us anymore. That's no good. They're mad at us. Oh, look at that. Oh. Morocco just married the... Oh, okay, Ulma. Thank you, Ulma. Ulma is just making us rich. You know, we'll just build cities everywhere. Oh, we'll lose our sugar. Oh, we don't want to build it on our gems. But that's fine. Bam, get some more towns going. Let's see what we can build here as far. We want to sort by money, of course. Printing, paper. Pretty much it's just printing and paper shops. We're gonna be the world's printers. We're gonna print books everywhere. Just non-stop books for the entire world. There are gonna be so many books. People are gonna come here to get every book, every aspect of knowledge. And then we can continue to build our everything up. So inflation is down to 6%, so you know that's good. We could use a little bit more, obviously. And we want to make Barlum an insane powerhouse. We have some good control here. You know, just gotta build all these awesome things. Alright, our diplomat with the Ottomans is returning. Oh, look at that. We have adapted that core now that we have started to assimilate these areas. We're converting, assimilating. I believe we want to, let's see how that is panning out. So that is panning out pretty good. We need to just keep working on these aspects of our country. People are urbanized and going well in the other areas. Morocco is not, we're not at war, right? That is the good part. We do want to get some boats out. Boats would be pretty good right now, but also we could just build more paper, more printers, and more paper at these awesome towns that we have, because that is the whole point of these towns, is to make us more money. Our tribes game that is not, yeah, we want some high quality art. Max RGO size, getting these cities and towns built here, getting people to move to these locations, getting our money up from building these new shops, and so on. So, we're just kind of really establishing our nation, making sure we're getting a lot of stuff. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and kill that advisor for, you know, doing terrible things. What is that? Oh, he's a military strategist. That's good. That'll help you a lot, converting them to, that. Bam. And now we have a diverse cabinet, because one of the laws we passed allowed us to, acquire things, so. Or have commoners be in our team. So because we have commoners in our team, we are allowed to continue with, we're allowed to get probably the best people with a lot of stats, so, or our cabinet, sorry. We're not just a noble cabinet, we're allowing all people of all race, levels of class to join our, leadership, which is good. Then we're building these paper workshops. See, it's so hard to just not build everything in the capital, right? Like, we can just have... Our capital has the... Like, it's just worth maxing out our capital, unfortunately. That is the best thing that we could do with all of these buildings, all of these things, and we have all the unique ones built. We don't really need slave markets because we don't have any slaves. I'm not really sure how that works. Like, it always says when we're at war we took slaves on, but... I guess if you're not at war, the slave market shuts down or something. I'm not, because I hope we're not enslaving our own people, because that would make zero sense for any nation to do that, but... yeah, so we're building that up, we're making sure we have these things, We have some rivals on the highest level. We will get some competent counter-espionage going. Oh, boy. Alright, we will answer later. So, that means we need to build boats. Our time of peace is at an end. The first crusade against the Ottomans. So we have till January 1st. So on December, if we're not pulling into this, we gotta be ready. Which means we need a navy. We can raise 26,000 people, which is fine, but we need a navy. So we are going to spend our money on some carracks. 20 heavy carracks will be the goal for our standing navy. Crown of Castile no longer sees us as a rival. That's good. Oh. We broke off our alliance because we did not accept it with the Ottomans for their crusade. Unfortunate. I did not mean to do that. I forgot it doesn't automatically do it. So let us send someone there. They'll be fine. They can survive that. I turned it on too fast to super speed. I literally forgot that they, you know, wanted our help. Expand the road network. Yes. We need greater roads. See, as much as allies are great, you know, dragging them into our wars, it felt like they kept dragging us in, and I can't defend this crusade against the Pope. That is just far too many people to come here and fight us, so we will now keep building our navy, and hopefully building up these carracks will allow us to keep a new sultan. No. Alright, let's marry some noble wives. There you go. Bam, 4 wives. Start cranking them out. I guess I forgot to follow up the royal lineage line, and I didn't follow the royal lineage, and because I didn't do that, I didn't, perhaps their greed got the better of them. Unfortunate. But we are assimilating these areas into our culture. Let us lessen levy obligations. There you go. Bam. Perfect. Parliamentary support maxed. We would have got it anyway. Alright. Expand the paved roads. So that is what we want to do most. So we want... Oh my. Is that a new screen? So they already have that. Okay. So we want a paved road all the way through there. Okay, that's pretty cool. It like actually shows the roads, where they're going, why they're going this way. And just sort of upgrading them to paved is very good. So we have just these areas right here where... So we could get massive amounts of coinage to make those roads awesome, but we'll worry about that later. Right now it's get some army, get a navy, assimilate our areas, and just simply keep building stuff. We have a lot of stuff to build, a lot of things to make, and we're gonna keep doing that. Oh my. Gonna keep getting these boats. Going to keep, hopefully, surviving. We've done a great job. Okay. And there we have it. Another war with Portugal, and there. The 5th war has begun, and we are going to want to raise most of our levies. let us... Should we raise all levies? Yeah. We'll raise them all. Unfortunately, this is where we, like, really wanted a navy. But if we can't get a navy, it is what it is. We'll meet there. Our vassals are raising an army as well. We'll leave those 2K soldiers there. Bringing all of these boats here. We could raise some fishing boats, but I honestly think we just sit here and chill. We just hold Al Jazeera. We don't have to really do anything else but sit there and survive. And in our surviving, we will continue to build more paper makers. Give me paper, give me printing. Oh my. Their shops are expensive, but holy, they are rewarding. Alright, we're almost done with being inflated. So we have successfully deflated our stuff, and we now unlocked plantations, which are good. So anytime we run into this situation of war, we really gotta lock in, because we have no standing military, and our navy is 4 boats. And as you might know, they have a really good navy. Spain and Portugal do. So our crown prince was just born, so that's pretty cool. You know, one of the best things about these Islamic nations is you can have 4 wives. So you can have tons of royal alliances and allies and people doing things. So unfortunately, we have a blockade right here, and that's gonna be a problem because we don't have any soldiers to really deal with their blockade. And please do not send those fishing boats to attack them. So they are going to blockade us, and there's not much we can do about that because we do not have a standing navy. So they get to sit there and blockade us while we look for... Oh my, so that is 17,000 troops. So we really need to lock in here and not... I think they're going here. We'll march our army there. Hopefully that is not 17,000 real troops, because we will be in quite the pickle if that is. Okay, so they are landing over there at our city. Okay, no, so those are levies. That is good that those are levies. Because if they were actual soldiers, this would not go very well. But luckily, they're going to be starving, and we should be able to take them out. So yeah, they're starving. They landed an army here. We'll attack them while they starve. Take them out. Very nice. We will keep attacking them until they disband. Alright, they have ceased so they're desperate, they're starving, and because of that we are able... Oh, that's England. That is the English army. Oh my, England and Spain are together. That is not good for us. But, on the bright side, we were able to fend them off. Let us definitely re-garrison our men and just make sure these guys are chilling. So we are at war with Spain, England, and... So all of Europe is uniting way earlier than they're supposed to. And that's not going to bode well for us. That is not going to bode well for us at all. But hopefully, with a little bit of luck, we can get our economy under control. We're in a time of low printing. And hopefully we can get to a time where we're printing in a lot of money. We're going to keep them in Annaba and just we'll flex them wherever they need to go. we have a fleet here attacking our people over there, so we need to keep sending our forces that way. What? Where was this? Oh. Oh, they landed over there. Now that is scary. Replenish yourself, levy. See, that's scary for two reasons. One, we actually landed troops there to thwart that. And two, oh, that's 5 heavy ships. So we actually might be able to take them out once we get all of that. We'll see if cannon fodder boats actually matter a lot. Save it. Oh my, that is an army of 10,000 regulars. Ow. Ow. That Spanish fleet is crazy. So this is where having an actual naval presence matters a lot. And as you can see, we don't have a naval presence. Nor do we have an actual military. So let us see if we can, get out of this war real quick, Offer them a little... We cannot. So this is not looking good for us. This does not bode well. Our peasants got absolutely slaughtered by a real military. I probably should have looked and seen that it was real before they even started attacking, but it is going very very not well. So we will try our best to maybe these peasants can rise up and blast. But anyway, guys, this war is going to be crazy and a long one, so we're gonna have a little short episode here, and I will get back to the war and doing stuff when the time arises. But the world has ignited into a great war, so I'll see you in the next episode.